Welcome back to another episode of Shit Talkin. I'm right here with my boy
Raul Ruiz.
Raul Ruiz. He's the owner of Paramount Mortuary, and we're about to get to know him today and shit. He's gonna tell us some interesting shit that I don't even know about the game, you know. So yeah, fool, let's get started. Where did you grow up at?
I grew up in South LA, which is South Central, 52nd and Avalon. You know,
right.
South Park. A lot of people know South Park, and that's where I grew up at, man.
All right, cool. Just so the people know a little bit, how was your growing up and shit? How was your come up?
Well, growing up wasn't easy. You know, I grew up with a single parent.
Okay.
You know, so I'm the only child.
Oh shit! All right.
So being the only child, you have to not
learn
fuck
everything.
up. You can't fuck up. You know, if you gotta be responsible. You want to make sure your mom's proud for you,
right?
Because it's just you and your mom. You know, so you gotta make it happen. So it was tough, man. It was
Can't
tough.
let her down.
Can't let her down. She put me through private school, so she worked hard. You know, she put me through private school since 7th grade all the way to high school. You know, Holy Cross Middle School, Bourbon Day High School.
That's tight, man. Yeah, that's dope, fool. So now that you know you grew up a little bit like me, I'm from Compton, so some hood shit, right? So for the viewers and for me, fool, because realistically, fool, a lot of us are scared to even bring this up, but it's something. This is the only thing that is promised. So do you think it's better to be ready before it happens as opposed to coming to you when it's already done?
You know what? They have plans. You know, a lot of people buy cemetery and they buy their funeral and they just get it over with, which you do save a lot of money. Because,
okay.
I mean, look at houses. You know, houses are
going
$1 million.
up. Yeah.
You're going to buy a house in Compton for $1 million next year, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, might as well buy it at $500, half the price.
Half the price.
So everything's going up. I started back in 1999. For $7,000, you could do cemetery plus the funeral. All together for $7,000. Now, you can only do the funeral for $7,000. And then the cemetery, take a guess how much?
Damn, like another 10?
$23,000.
Oh, shit.
So if you have $30,000 in your pocket and you
Might
work
as
all
well.
your life saving that, you could kiss that goodbye with mama or grandma or papa dies, you know, it's done. So
And that's now.
that's right now.
So in another 10 years that we're thinking about saving,
$50,000.
So it's always better to get.
And we're talking about low-end funerals, you know. You're not talking
the basic
about
shit.
Yeah, you're talking about, you know, I want to see my mom for 5 hours, take her to the church, a little service here and there, a couple flowers.
That's it.
That's it. We're not talking about no high-end funeral. You're talking about just to get them in the dirt.
El límite.
El límite, lo básico.
Do you do payment plans or everything's up front? How do you work?
Well, you could do payment plans only if the person's sick.
Okay.
So if you die tomorrow, you gotta come up with the difference.
Oh,
so there's no payment plans when you're done.
When
you're done, you gotta get the money 24 hours before you bury the person. That's it.
Let's say, for example, me, I'm like, hey, bro, I know shit is gonna go up. I want to get a payment plan right now for the future. Is that something possible?
Yeah. Like I said, you could buy it. Well, look, you're a young guy. You're probably 29, 30s.
32.
Right? So you're young. So I suggest you get life insurance. Get life insurance. Why just pay for your funeral when you could get some money and give some money to your wife so she could live and not have to ask people for money?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Get a life insurance, pay like $75
a month.
I'm not gonna say who to go with. You do your own research. You know, there's a lot of people out there knocking on doors, but get life insurance. And I'm gonna tell you this right now, and it's not a racist thing, okay? And I don't like using that word racist, but all African Americans have life insurance 90% of the time. Hispanics, we don't. Nada. El Hispano, we got the feria abajo del colchón, you know what I mean?
Because we think it's a scam, fool. Like, and that's what I like that you bring that shit up. So you could tell them a little bit, bro. I've been trying to talk to people about life insurance, and everybody thinks it's a scam. And I'm like, bro, it's not a. How is it a scam?
You're protected by the bank. Your money's protected by the bank.
The way I see it, fool, I'd rather get life insurance because, like it or not, I wouldn't want my parents, fool, doing car washes for me. Like, that's sad. Like, you're already dead, fool, and you got people asking for money for you. Like,
I'm telling you, car wash, selling comida, kermeses, borrowing money from the primos and the tios, from the neighbors.
You already got the distress.
Yep.
You dead. And now you got to struggle to come up with the money. So I tell people, look, instead of buying your Louis Vuitton belt, your Gucci shoes, bro, forget your
Oh, you gotta say Gucci, man.
No, just in general, like, you know, like, I'm talking about these young kids.
You're right.
Think about
You're
the
right.
future and
Look,
shit. Cause
you gotta get your priorities right. You know, if you can afford it, get it. But I'm gonna tell you right now, get life insurance. If you're young, it's gonna be cheaper. What I mean cheaper is gonna be less money, right?
Yeah.
For example, you're young, you got no health issues. You don't drink, you don't smoke. Yes, we do have cigars and drinks here, but the point is, you're not doing that every day,
right?
And your health is okay. So your life insurance is going to be a low payment, and then let's just say you get $300,000. That's good enough for your wife to live maybe 3-4 years
and pay off your bills that you had,
and pay your bills and pay for the funeral.
Right.
So why not just pay for the funeral when you could pay for the funeral and get some money back? Get life insurance.
A lot of you people, if you don't got the money for it, they gotta cancel Netflix.
Cancel Netflix. There it is. Get your priorities.
Because this is more important. That's what I tell people. Like,
priorities.
Oh, I can't afford it, but you got Netflix, you got Hulu. Like, you don't need that shit, man.
you got the big rims on the Mercedes Benz, but you don't have no life insurance.
You wouldn't be at the club popping bottles, like, right? Like, so,
La banda
shit. Like, so we just talking about like priorities. Get that shit straight. Because, like I said, like, this is a topic we don't want to speak about. But it's the only topic that is promised. We're gonna all end up right here. Look.
This is it, right here.
So, no, but I love that you brought
Knock
that
on wood.
Knock on wood. And I love that you brought that topic up. So like that, they know, like, oh shit, okay, we need to start looking at life a little different, right? Because you just separated the race.
And let me tell you something. This is for all nationalities, but my concern is you have 9 brothers and sisters, the old Mexican family or Hispanic family, right? And out of 9, 4 of them are females that are housewives. And I'm not talking bad about females, but I'm just saying a lot of them are home wives because their husband want to take care of everything. So that the husbands, los yernos don't want to pitch in.
They don't want to pitch, right?
Like, so now you got 5 guys, and then out of 5 guys, the pandemic, right now we're dealing with this COVID stuff, are not working. The other one, he doesn't talk to Juan or Pancho, so he don't want to chip in. And then the other 2 are going to help out a little bit.
But it's not enough.
So a big family becomes a small situation.
When it comes to certain things, Because when it comes to the house, they all want to fight it.
Oh, man. That's another issue.
Yeah,
right
but that
make sure you write a will, too. Hey, el rancho...
It's going to be for this fool or sell it and split it.
La vaca is for him.
and then what happens, fool? Usually, like you said, out of 9 brothers, maybe 2 are doing good. Mm-hmm. And the rest are, like you said, they're not. They're at home. So
one of them is living with their moms and dad, right?
So it's a touchy subject, right? But we all need to get our priorities straight. So at least when our loved ones pass on, we just deal with the grieving as opposed to now struggling with the money.
That's right.
Because I feel that brings a lot of people even to depression. Like, man, my pop just went and I don't got the money. Fool, that'll kill you alone.
I mean, just think about it. You work so hard in your life to save some money. I remember when I was younger, I was saving my money to buy a car, and it took me 3-4 years to raise $10,000.
Right.
I mean, imagine a funeral. It's like being sick without health insurance.
Yeah.
You get a broken toe, you get a broken elbow or arm, that's going to cost you $150,000.
Yeah.
If you have no health insurance, that's it. It's a wrap. I mean, you have to sell your house, you have to sell your cars. It's tough.
That's why they say, fool, you're not really rich if you only have a certain amount of money. Because if you end up going to the hospital and you don't have insurance, you're poor again.
That's it. Se te acabó.
Se te acabó, wait. That little good lifestyle.
All that 40 hours, an hour, what is it? 4 hours a week or whatever.
So that's why I always say, like, we got to get our priorities straight. Have a little bit less in the bank. But make sure if something happens to us,
stay protected.
We protect it. Just like having a car, fool. You want to protect your car, you got to protect your life too, though. You got to protect yourself.
You can't drive without insurance these days.
You can't.
So why you living without insurance?
Exactly, fool. Like, you break a leg or some shit, like, you're done with it if you don't got insurance. How did you get into the game?
In the funeral industry, I started when I was 16 and a half, 17. My mom worked at a church. I come from a Catholic family. My mom worked at the church. She was a teacher for catechism.
Okay.
You know, Primera Comunión.
Primera
All that
Comunión,
stuff. My mom worked at the church. And since I went to a private school, I have to do community hours, you know, so I could get that scholarship. So the priest from the church obviously is a good friend of the morticians. The guys from the funeral home. The funeral home and the church work together, right? So I needed a summer job. They told me to go work at the funeral home. I went, you know, got the job, thank God. And what is it, 22 years later? Here I am.
You're still here.
22 years, I can't believe it. I got white hair now. A couple pounds too.
And how hard was it at the beginning?
Oh, it was something different. I never been to a funeral in my life, right?
Right.
So I didn't know. I never knew what is a funeral home.
Right.
¿Qué es una funeraria? You know.
What they got up in there?
Mi mamá, hey, vete a la funeraria, te van a dar trabajo. Okay, ahí voy. And what is a funeral home? I heard they're dead bodies. So the first time I worked there, the first day I got hired, the guy that worked there was like, hey, come help me in the back. And I said, all right. You know, 16, you're Superman, right? 17, you're Superman.
We all are, yeah.
You know,
nobody could beat us up.
I'm not scared of nothing. So he goes, come help me in the back. I'm dressing this lady. And I'm like, all right. I open up the door. You know, there's a little funny smell in the air, right? And I'm just like, wow, this is real, you know? So I did get a little scared. And he's telling me, come on. And I'm like, all right, you know? And I'm trying to hold my breath, you know? And I'm trying to, you know, dress the lady and put her socks on. And he's just looking at me. But he was testing me, you know? And he was making me stronger.
Right.
And before that, I mean, after 2 weeks working there, I was dressing bodies by myself.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Is it a sort of a fear, or is just a different type of emotion?
It's a little bit of both.
Okay.
It's a little both. You look at the person on the table, and it's
and I'm assuming the color's not.
It's just different, man. It's just different because, I mean, we're human. We have feelings, right? So you're looking at someone's mom or wife or son, you know, laying there, and it all depends on the type of death. You know, you got people that look that they're sleeping, and you're gonna like touch them, and they're gonna wake up. And then there's people that you see because they got shot 10 times in their face, and you're like, he's not gonna wake up, but I kind of don't want to touch that. So that was back then. Now it's an everyday thing for me. I mean, I do this 5 times a week. You know, I do 5 funerals a week.
Yeah. Okay. See, and that's hard because I never smelled a body.
Yeah. So,
like, for you to be 16 around that?
They don't smell as bad as you do.
Did it become fun to you, or was it something just like, oh, it's just work?
No. I mean, being in high school and working at a funeral home was trying to buy a car. Right?
Yeah.
So your goal is, I'm gonna work at a funeral home to buy a car.
Right.
So you really don't have that. How should I say? The interest. There was no interest
of being there. Right.
Being there, I just wanted my check. You know, if I gotta dress that lady and dress that guy and go to work and be there all day and take flowers to the cemetery, whatever. I just wanted to buy that car. When I was 16, 17, that's your goal, right? You wanted a car.
That's your goal.
Remember when you get your first car?
Yeah.
I wanted to buy that Datsun, you know, back in the days, that Honda Accord, you know? And that's what it was back then. But as you get older and you learn and people come and say thank you to you, and people are just so happy and satisfied with the service that you give them, it's a whole different feeling. I mean, I lost my father last year in April through COVID.
Oh, shit. Sorry to hear that.
And I was just like, I didn't have no feelings to the situation. I couldn't cry. I haven't cried. So I thought I'm numb to this now. You know, I'm used to it. But the point was, you still feel different when you lose your loved ones. You know? You feel different regardless. You know, you feel that I'm gonna miss them. I wish I could do more things with them. So enjoy your family. You know, if you have your mom, your dad, your kids, you know, enjoy them, man. You know, if there's drama between the family, smash that drama, let it go. You know, if you got beef with your brother or your sister, forget about it. You know, life's too short. You know, I see people here crying on the casket saying sorry, I'm sorry, and
I
you should have done that last month, you know, before they passed away, you know, because life's too short. You know, life's too short. You know, enjoy life too.
You got to
enjoy life. You know, if you have to go on vacation, go on vacation. You know, I haven't taken a vacation in 15 years.
Oh shit.
You know, my family every weekend, hey, come barbecue, la carne asada, right? You know, and I'm like, oh, I gotta work. You know, my uncle told me last month. He goes, man, we're not gonna ask you again. You better be here next week. He told me, and I go, why? He goes, think about it. When is death gonna stop? ¿Cuándo va a parar la muerte? It's never gonna stop. So you just gotta make some plans. Make time for your family. You know, enjoy your family, because one day you're gonna pass away.
Even if you gotta wake up a little earlier to make that time in the afternoon. You know?
I'm telling you, enjoy it. Enjoy life, man. Enjoy life. Do what you love to do. You know, I'm enjoying this moment. I couldn't sleep last night. You know, I was thinking about this podcast. You know,
well,
I'm gonna meet Chaps. You know, this guy's doing great. You know, I'm gonna get a haircut and everything. You know, look at my haircut already so quick. You know, but I want to make sure that, you know, we want to give knowledge to the raza. You know, to our families, to our friends. There's so many questions. There's a lot of people that never did a funeral in California. So they don't even know how to start.
How to go,
You know, I get people call me and they ask me, hey, ¿cuánto vale un funeral? How much is it? And I go, 5,000-7,000, right? And yo pensaba que valía menos, you know? Y ya incluye el cementerio.
Oh, shit.
I'm like, oh, man, that's another $20,000. I'm like, ooh, no. ¿Y cuánto vale quemarlo? You know, now they want to burn them, you know?
They want to burn
it,
like, So how hard it was when you saw the people coming in crying that they needed their service?
You know what? That kind of hurts a little there, because you hear the mom crying and you see the guy in the casket and he looks like you, or, you know, you see the little kids crying on the casket, and that reminds me of your nephews. So that's when it gets to you. That's how it gets to me. When I see people that kind of resemble the persons that you know.
Right.
You know,
like damn, that could have been me too.
That could have been me, or that could have been my mom, or that could have been my cousin, or that could have been, etc. You know, and that's when it kind of hits you, because you put yourself on their shoes. You try to.
Right.
You would never feel their pain.
Right, exactly.
But you respect their pain, and then you kind of get that little feel for it. You know, like, man, that guy lost their dad at this age. That lady lost her husband at 29 years old. You know, young couple.
What about when the mom loses a kid?
You know what? We've been doing a lot of funerals for kids, little kids. You know, 5-year-olds, 3-year-olds, 2 months. You know, and it's just, I don't know. You know, people say it's not fair for them to die, but they're little angels in heaven. You know what I mean? There's no sin. You know, but those are hard. Especially now I'm a father.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm sure.
I have a 2-year-old right now, and man, now I cherish that kid. You know, I every day, every night I wake up at 2-3 in the morning, and I just look at them. You know, I just go check up on the kids, and it's different. It's different. It's a whole different ballpark, man.
Yeah, because you know, you look at life, and you always think you're gonna bury your parents, right? And when it's the other way around, I'm like, damn, what the fuck? But it happens, right?
And you know what? There's a lot of crazy stuff going on right now. I mean, look at the news. You know, you guys are looking at the news. Look at society. You know, there's all this weird stuff going on. Man. There's no respect.
People are shooting people for cutting them off.
There's no respect. There's no respect. Coroner's office, that's where they take the homicides. They have over 900 bodies right now. I mean, you have to wait 2 months, 1 month just to get your loved one out of there. Look at the pandemic right now. We're dealing with COVID.
Right.
You have to wait 2 months or 1 month to bury your loved one. Back 3 years ago, you buried them in 3 days.
And you know why is that?
You know, just everybody's overwhelmed. There's a lot of death. There's a lot of death, and it's not just COVID. It's homicides. It's people are wild. Everything's wild out there.
So that's what it is. You're delaying 2 months because there's so many deaths.
There's too many deaths. There's cancer. There's COVID. There's homicides. There's suicide. There's a lot of fentanyl right now. There's a lot of overdosing, and a lot of young kids are overdosing too.
Have you had any of those?
A lot. Man.
Yeah.
I did at least 25 of them already in the beginning of the year.
And the crazy part, they don't even know it's fentanyl.
It's not. You can't tell. You know, they have kits now, right? That you can check.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
You're not gonna. Hey, let me check my.
If you're a fiend, you know, you just want to get high, right? You care less, you know.
Fuck that shit.
So people are just they don't even know what they're getting their drugs from, you know.
Right.
It's just people are just dropping, man. It's bad.
And that's why, fool, my podcast is also about positivity. With all this crazy stuff going on, I try to tell some of my like younger cats, like, you gotta leave that hush shit alone already. Like, positivity, I feel it gets you further, right?
It will.
You're positive to somebody. Hey man, how you doing? You didn't know what that guy's thought was. Probably this fool was so mad he was gonna shoot somebody, right? But by you saying, hey boss, how you doing? You made us day like, oh shit, there's some respectable kids. You know what? I ain't gonna do it today.
There's people that are already just had it.
I had it.
And if you give them
my breaking point.
If you give them a bad look or you cross them off, like you said,
that's a breaking point.
They're gonna shoot you, man. You know?
So by you just saying, hey boss, how you doing today? That changes whole shit. Like,
and then don't make it worse. Don't make it worse. If they're looking at you funny, don't look at them funny. And this is what I tell people. You might be a crazy guy, but there's always a crazier guy than you that has nothing to lose for real. Nothing. Like, fool, I could kill you right now, and I could be fine with it. I'll do my prison time, right? People like me, like, nah, bro, I'm trying to make it out. I'm trying to make some money. I'm trying to spread positivity, you know, like gratuity and shit. And love. You know, one thing I want to make sure I don't forget on this podcast, there's a lot of help out there too. For example, just an example, you know, a lot of people say, well, I heard Mexican consulate helps to send the body to Mexico. They do help.
Oh shit.
You know, you could go to your consulate, you know, tell them that you want some help, and they'll send your loved one to Mexico, either for free or for half the price. But don't go over there asking for this type of casket here and
you're
flowers.
Gonna get the basic.
You ain't gonna get none of that. Okay? Just if you really don't have it, then go get that help. Also, one more thing, and a lot of people know about it and a lot of people don't. If there's a homicide, like let's just say you go buy milk and some guy robs the store and you get shot, the government helps. The government helps. It's called victim of violent crime. You're a victim, and by being a victim, the government helps with $7,500. Okay, $7,500.
That covers that. Right?
That's a big help.
Yeah.
You know, that's $7,500 that you don't have to raise.
Right.
And if you're gonna cremate the person, that will cover the whole funeral. So.
See, and this is something I want to tell them. You tell me if I'm right or wrong. Just like you said, the government will help you. If you really don't got it, I feel like instead of trying to get those luxury, like this high-end one, just go with the basic shit, right?
Yeah.
Because if you don't got it,
just
you
get
don't
it
got
done.
it. Yeah.
Get it done. You know, get it done. You know, I'm gonna tell you right now, and you know, a lot of people want to get the most expensive casket, and yeah, you want to make sure your loved one goes in style, right?
Comfortable, yeah.
But if you don't have it, it's fine, because I noticed that the people that are very humble and do the funeral just right, you know, nothing too fancy, too crazy. It's some of the most beautiful funerals because there's love.
There's the real love.
You know,
as opposed to I just want to show something.
Yeah, there's respect. You know, a lot of people do funerals because of the grudge or because they know they messed up with that person.
So they want to make up by
they want to make up by buying all kinds of flowers and the most expensive casket.
But that guy's already gone.
But it's gone.
You didn't get to make up.
I mean, you would have made up by saying sorry in life.
That's it. One word.
One word, $1 million. Right?
So that's dope that you bring those up. What about, is there help for cancer if people die from cancer?
Yeah, you know, there's a lot of cancer associations, and especially that females, man. Females, man. Okay. I've been doing a lot of cancers for females, and you know, we go a lot to that hospital, City of Hope.
Okay.
And man, the girls are so united. You know, when guys are not united, we're not united. You know, we're a bunch of haters. You know,
egos. You know,
yeah, girls. You know, they find out. You know, oh, you heard Lucy has cancer, and they get on Facebook and Instagram, and they do fundraisers. And they, oh, you know, Lucy left 3 kids, and you know, we have to help them with the rent. The girls are like, man, girl power. You know, they got that girl. Guys, we don't do nothing. You know, we don't do nothing. We go, hey, you know, little Johnny got cancer. Oh man, that sucks. That's it. Done. You know, you go to the funeral and that's it. You show up. But girls, they will get together raise money, go through cancer associations, get money for the funeral. They'll take care of the kids for a couple months. I mean, man, they really get together.
So you seen they unite.
They unite, you know. They come in here wearing pink and white, and they're very united, you know.
Man, that's dope. That's love, man.
That's the female, you know. Females have that love for each other, I guess.
Yeah, like I said, I'm barely trying, not barely, but I'm trying to spread that to men. Like, you gotta let that ego go aside, bro. Like,
we're human, bro.
Like,
if I cut you, you're gonna bleed.
Right.
Are you gonna bleed green or blue or red?
Yeah, not red.
We all gonna bleed, you know. So we all human, you know.
I try to tell my boys, like, I don't have a lot of friends, fool, because like you were telling me earlier, people grew up and they hate that you want to get out, right? Like, I don't want to be no more, fool. Like, Compton is too much violence. Why you want to leave? Stay. So you leave, you're a sellout, right? So people start feeling different about you, but it's cool. And I tell people, bro, if you have cousins, friends, there's nothing wrong with telling your friend, like, hey, bro, I really love you. I fuck with you. People always be on something like, you gay. Like, oh, fool, like, why you always gotta make it negative like that? And that's what egos do, negativity, right?
It's just the way we are sometimes, you know. We love each other, you know. There's love, you know. There's
but
love.
Don't say
we don't want to show it off, but you know, we're a familia, you know. We love each other, you know. We're raza, but we need to, you know, actually, you know, show more love, you know, because we gotta make this world a better place, man.
Yeah, for like you said, there's
for the next generation,
people,
you know what I mean?
Even I changed my ways of, like, when people cut me off, go ahead, fool. You must be in a hurry. Yeah. I'm not, you know.
It's
like,
not worth it.
When I was young, I used to try to cut them off. But see, these are the things that now I see.
It's not worth
bro,
it.
That could have ended bad. What if this fool had a bad day?
He has a gun, yeah.
Like what happened to that lady that cut that guy off in the 91? Shot her, but hit the kid in the back.
Oh, yeah.
You see what I mean? Like, so I tell people, like, don't think that you're the hardest, bro. Like, it's cool, you got so everything happens in a split second, right? Like, that's why, like, in some of my music, I always say, fool, like, I come from a place where one bad joke gives you a lifetime. You say one bad joke, the other guy didn't like it, boom.
That's it.
Now you gone, this was doing life.
You know, quick story. You grew up in Compton, right? So I do a lot of funerals in Compton, Linwood, Southgate, Paramount, South Central, West LA, Inglewood. I'm everywhere. I'm in Ontario. Okay. I'm in Fontana, whatever. I thank God, you know, I'm known through all South LA, South California. But in Compton, I remember I did a funeral, and true story. There's a lady at the church, and a lot of people know La Victoria in Compton, El Sagrado Corazon in Compton, right? St. Albert's. And we were at Our Lady of Victory in Compton, and the lady was crying, you know, praying and crying. And then I was in the back waiting for the priest, and I was, you know, just looking at the lady crying. And I'm like, who is she? You know, is she crying for the guy that passed away? But she was there too early, so I knew she was there for something else. But she was crying because her son went to jail. They took him to jail for murder. And then, like 5 minutes later, another lady came in crying, and she was crying because her son got killed. And those two ladies know each other at church. So one lady's son killed her other son.
Oh, shit.
And they're like comadres, you know, they're good church members, you know, they're good people at the church, but their two kids were out in different gangs, killing each other. Man. And
it happens.
It happens. I mean, you might not know that you have a cousin that lives in Inglewood, and you might hate that guy. You know, it's like the Bloods and the Crips, right? I remember growing up and going to school, there was, you know, guys that were Crips, but their cousins were Bloods, and it's just crazy. Come on, man.
That's why they say el mundo's chiquito, fool. Like, you never know, you know?
It's
like
a small world, man.
Now imagine how that lady feels like, dang, your kid killed my kid.
Yeah. And they're good friends, you know.
But that's why we tell these kids, why you banging?
There's no point. I mean, what do you get out of it?
At the end, nothing.
What do you get out of it?
Most people end up dead in prison.
You don't get nothing.
Or in wheelchairs, dog.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like,
you don't get nothing.
So,
I mean, I could go back. I mean, and I'm not talking bad about my neighborhood. You know, I love my neighborhood. But I could go back to my block, 52nd, and I could see about maybe 2 or 3 guys that grew up with me. And they still live with their mom. They still smoking that same blunt. They're still drinking that 40.
Yeah. No.
And I went back and forth about 100 times, and they're still in the same channel, man. No han cambiado.
No,
they just have more kids. That's it. They got more kids. They got more kids. They're getting bigger like me. You know, we got gray hair, but it's the same old game. Man.
But I feel my neighborhood was trying to keep you there. It was always some instigating shit that you had nothing to do with. Hey, for that fool thinks you're a bitch. Well, that's dope. Whatever. Everybody got their own perspective, right?
Right.
No, you gotta find them now. Like what the fuck? So you grow up, and when you grow up, like you be like, hold on, fool. Like I hang out with these little kids nowadays. Their shit is like, hey, fool, invest. Hey, do this, right? And I was like, oh shit. When I was growing up, all the big fools were telling me to fight, to sell drugs, to get in the gang. Yeah, like you know, and I'm like, we were destined for failure, fool. Like.
I mean, there's a lot of people from the neighborhood that grew up and they're doing real good, you know. We got a lot of singers. We have a lot of basketball players. I mean, I went to Bourbon Day High School. I mean, Andre Miller came out of there when I was going to Bourbon Day. My classmate, Kenichi Udesi, played for the Vikings, you know. Shout out to Udesi, you know. We have good people, you know. We got great talent. We got talent, you know.
But unfortunately...
And everybody wants to be a part of Compton. Yeah. Everybody wants to be a part of South Central. You know, I remember, you know, people coming from Thousand Oaks, people coming from Woodland Hills, just to kick it.
Yeah.
And, we let them kick it, but, you know, we make sure they have some money, you know, so they can buy us some lunch, you know what I mean?
You know, I've been talking to my wife about this all the time, like, the kids that be wearing Compton hats, but they're really from the valley and shit. I'd be like, bro, in a split second, I will trade you my life for yours. In a split second. I'm sorry to say it, but I just feel I would have had a different opportunity, right?
Yeah, but you know what? Think about it. You're proud of being from Compton.
Yeah.
Because now look where you're at.
True,
Think about it. It's even better. It's a better feeling.
That you made it out.
Yeah. That's what I tell people. Like, everything I have, I'm proud of it.
Because you work for it.
You know what I mean? I remember when 2008 people were losing their houses.
Right.
You know, there's people that were, you know, wealthy, rich people, you know, committing suicide. Because they couldn't eat a cup of noodles for a week.
Because they couldn't handle it yet.
Hey, I'll get some
survive off that shit,
some bebitos, right? We'll make it happen for
we'll make it happen,
for a whole month. You know? Some quesito, we done.
You get some huevos, you make them different.
That's it.
Estrellados.
That's it. Sunny side, whatever.
Con bacon.
I'm telling you, man, we come from nothing. We made something. You know, we want to keep on making more. Whatever we have, ya es ganancia. It's already, we're good. You know, we made it right here. Well, I'm good. If I die tomorrow, let it be. God knows we did right.
You did the best.
He knows we did right, and we're doing right. And if we're still going to be here, we're going to help out people. We're going to help out the young. You know, the young. We want them to be better than us. Like my kid, I want him to be not like me. I want him to be better than me. Just better. You know, and I get a lot of interns.
Oh shit! Okay.
A lot of people come here and ask for internships, and you know, I kind of, you know, get a vibe, you know, because I give internships for people that don't care, you know, they just want to, you know, they want to be around the funeral stuff and
to see what's
the creepy stuff, and they think that this is 6 feet under or something. Man, this ain't none of that, you know, this is real, this is community, this is love, this is helping each other out, and the money's going to come regardless, you know? And the point is, when I give an internship is because when I was growing up, nobody wanted to help me out, nobody. I used to ask different people that were older than me. I was 17 years old, and when you turn 18, you could become a funeral director.
Oh shit!
And I used to ask older people. They were 50, 55, 60, and I used to ask them, "Hey, Mr. Smith or whatever, you know, Joseph, whatever. How you become? What do I have to do to get my license? I want to have a funeral director license." Oh well. I did mine back in the 80s. I don't remember, you know.
They don't want to give the game.
They don't want to give me the info, you know. I'm not telling them much. Just tell me, guide me. I needed some guidance, you know? Right. So there was a couple of people that did help me out, you know. But I did it on my own, you know. Thank God we have the internet.
Right.
I went on the internet. I searched it, you know. Back in the days it was Yahoo, right? Yahoo, you know, and I found out how to become a funeral director. I got my booklets and I studied 5 hours per day, took my funeral director test in Sacramento, drove to Sacramento, and passed my test, and 22 years, you know, we here, man. You know, and like I said, I haven't taken a vacation in 15 years, you know. But it's time to take a break, you know, because life's too short.
Life is short, bro. Like, I feel that once you take a vacation, when you come back, fool, you come back hungrier because you let your mind rest. You know?
You make room in there, you know?
That's why me and my wife, we try to take
clutter.
we try to take at least one vacation a year, because when you come back, you come ready to attack.
Right?
You know, like you come back.
Or you come broke. So you gotta get some more money, you know?
No, like, you're mindful.
Cancun took all your money, bro.
Because you're mindful, como que it resets. Okay, bro, we don't got no... Because you're in your vacation, you're just thinking about the water. Hey, I'm a...
But you know what? I'm the opposite, you know, and everybody's different, right? But if I took like 2 days off, I went to Palm Springs.
Okay.
Man, I was thinking about work.
Oh,
and then when I got back to work, it was all bad. I had people, you know, waiting for paperwork. I had people looking for me. It's just a responsibility.
But it's because
I had bills.
Business.
You know, people were like, "Man, you owe me money. I gotta pay the casket guy. I gotta pay this." I mean, I'm good with all my vendors. You know, thank God. You know, I love paying my bills. I don't know if you ever heard people saying that.
Yeah,
I love paying my bills. I love it because if you pay your bills, you get credit.
Yeah.
Good credit is everything.
Yeah.
You got
credit is everything. Yeah.
They give you a free car if you got credit. Yeah. To mess up your credit, right?
Yeah.
They'll give it to you. So it's all about pay your bills, man.
Pay your bills. Ever since COVID started, fool, did you notice like the death increase?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you saw it. You heard people dying around you.
Yeah.
I mean, personal question: did you lose anyone? I know you did.
Luckily, no.
Think about it.
I know a guy.
I think everybody lost somebody last year or this year. I think maybe a cousin in Mexico, maybe a deal. You have to. Everybody lost somebody to this COVID stuff, man. I think the COVID touched everybody's life. Some kind of way. You lost somebody. If you ask your mom, you still got your mom?
Yeah, I still got my mom.
If you talk to your mom tonight and be like, "Hey, mom, did we lose anybody in Mexico?"
Yeah.
She gonna be like, "Oh yeah, man, we lost your."
Yeah, probably I gotta
trust
check.
me. I'm telling you, man, everybody lost somebody. But talking about the increase, big increase. I mean, I was getting 20 calls per day.
Shit.
Now, I'm not sure if all the funeral homes were getting 20 calls.
Right, but you were.
But since we have our name established, you know, we're pretty much known on this side of town. So anybody dies in Compton,
you're the guy.
they're gonna call Raul. Yeah. I love that Raul.
Yeah.
You know, and I love you guys. You know, hey, but a lot of calls, man. I mean, I had to reject. I couldn't serve them. You know, I couldn't serve everybody. I mean, I had room for 25, and I was getting 20 calls a day. Yeah, think about it. That's crazy. Yeah. Why do you think the hospitals were having those big containers, those big old 18-wheelers in the back with the coolers? You saw what happened in New York. It happened here. It was bad. I mean, Kaiser, Downey, PIH and Whittier, Lakewood Regional, St. Francis, Martin Luther King Hospital. Everybody was swamped. I mean, the hospital will call me, "Hey, can you help us store some, you know, people that passed away?" And I'm like, wow, is that bad? It got bad. COVID got bad, man. It got real bad.
How many people can you store here?
25.
25.
And I was getting 20 calls a day.
Shit.
And it takes a month to bury them because you can't get paperwork together because the health department is not open, and then the Secretary of State is not open. You can't get permits to ship the bodies to Mexico.
So you pretty much keep the same bodies for a while right now.
For a while, man. And you don't make more money because you stuck.
Everything's stuck.
Stuck. A lot of people think I'm making millions, and I'm not.
But everything's stuck. Kind of like being paused, right?
I'm paused. Look at the containers. Perfect example. You have your product in the container.
In the containers.
Caskets were in the containers.
Shit, damn, so there's nothing.
It was bad, man. I remember I bought like about 24, 25 caskets, and I just bought them for the heck because I saw something. Something told me buy them.
Okay.
So I went and just bought every color. Give me a blue one, give me a yellow, give me a gray, Just give me a little bit of everything.
To be, yeah.
And guess what? There was about a 2-3 week drive, no caskets.
So you got lucky.
So I have people from other funeral homes.
Hey,
Raul, can I borrow? I mean, you're not gonna borrow it.
Well, you gotta buy it.
You know, and you know, we couldn't sell them. You know, I apologize. You know, if you got mad at me, but I need them for my customers.
For your customers.
You know, I gotta make my thing. You know, we gotta make it happen here.
Yeah, because you can't tell your customers, I don't have boxes, because you gave it to someone else. Yeah.
Exactly. Right?
Because then it makes you look, hey, well, that guy never has boxes.
Hey, you got to be responsible for your own business. You're on your own on this world, you know. You got to make it happen. You know, so you got to stay ready. Just like you stay ready, right?
I have to, because nobody's going to want it as bad as you, right?
You know, you got to have your mics ready. You got to have
the cameras.
Everything.
If you don't have nobody, you shoot, you record, you edit, all by yourself.
Everything ready.
And then get ready to go back to work tomorrow.
That's it.
That's just life. Like, you just got to be ready. Oh.
And let me say something real quick. If you're going to see this podcast, don't take things personal. You know, we're trying to freestyle things here. We are being professional. We're not being too professional, maybe. We're just keeping it real. Okay?
Right.
So if you're getting hurt, sorry, get hurt. We care less. I care less. You know? The point is, life is too short. It's real. Death is real. And if you hear me talking the way that you never see me talk, that's because we're doing this special type of interview. If I was at the White House, I'll be in my tuxedo, okay? I'll be in my tux.
See, and this is what I tell people.
You know what I'm saying?
This podcast...
I'm a Gemini, baby. So I'm ready for everything.
This podcast is kind of like being in the barbershop, folks.
That's it.
It's barbershop talk. What's in here.
Keeping it real.
You can't get mad.
Can't get mad.
We talking... Now, if it's a lie, then you could be like...
If it's too hot, get out the kitchen.
Right. But if it's real shit, you shouldn't get bothered, right? You got to learn to have no expectations for people. Right? You have no because think about it. You have no expectations for someone, you're always going to be good because you didn't expect that person to do something anyway.
That's right.
Now, if they do it, oh shit, hey bro, I appreciate it.
That's it.
And if they don't do it, you didn't have expectations anyway. Oh, well, I didn't expect it to happen like that.
You know, have you noticed that everywhere you go, like, I saw one of your podcasts last time, you were talking about tips.
Yeah.
I mean...
And I got some flack for that too.
But trip out on this, right? Imagine me asking for a tip.
Right.
Hey, can I get a tip because I buried your grandma? Una propina. That's this different type of businesses, right?
But
now people don't get it wrong. I get invited to bodas, to quinceañeras. They want to be the padrino, and you know, people, you know, they appreciate us, you know, and you know, sometimes people, you know, they shoot me $100 here and there, and you know, they appreciate it. You know, that's the type of person I am. You know, if I see a good service, I always take care of the people. But if I can too, if I have it. But the point is, this is the type of business that we can't ask for a tip.
Right.
Because people go, man, they charge me too much. You know, they feel that way.
And
but we don't charge that much. You know, I don't. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. There's funeral homes. We can't say names. We're not gonna, you know, talk bad about people. But there's funeral homes that overcharge. They do. And half the quality of the service.
It's the same thing in the game.
You know, no speaker español. No speaker español.
It's the same thing with the barber game. Fool, you charge $20, people think it's a lot, but there's who's charging $40, and you want to pay him, right?
And they don't even trip on them.
And they don't trip on them, and I'm like,
you know what? I noticed that. I noticed.
It's crazy.
When I help people out, you know, I get the priest to call me, and he goes, "Hey, Raul, family is very poor. You know, we want to help them out. Can you please help them out because they have no money?" And I go, "You know what? You got it, Father. I'm gonna help them. I got you. We're gonna do it. Let's way you that. Okay, send them in." And they come in here acting a fool.
Oh,
you know what I mean? They come in here. I want that casket.
They want the best.
I want this, and we want to be here all night, como en Mexico toda la noche. And I'm like, wait a minute. I thought you guys were not, doing it right. And then they come with a banda,
so you
right?
They played,
and I'm like, man, I just got played as a fool. You know, they got banda. You know, they got the limo service outside. They got the 2 Bentleys. And I'm like, wow, man, I don't even have a Bentley, man. Shit, you know?
See,
I got a 1975 F100, you know?
And we go back to that. The same thing happens to me. The reason why I brought up the tips, It's like this. You asked me for a discount one day. Yeah, bro, I got you. You say you're doing bad. But then I hear people, hey, I just bought this and I got this and I spent $500 on a bottle. Like, hey, well, check this out, bottle man. Remember I gave you a discount? Can you give me with a tip this time? Oh, I didn't know that you expect a tip. It's not that I expect a tip, but you said you were doing
that. Let them know?
Yeah, let them know. Like,
let them know, huh?
I'm not saying I'm charging you for the tip, but
hey,
you asked me for a discount.
You got balls, man. You're gonna get shot for letting
it's just about like honesty, though. Like,
yeah, I mean,
just because I say like this, you play me as a fool.
Check it out. And this is real, man. This is a nice interview.
Thanks.
I think this is your best interview.
Thanks.
Check it out. No sea la quinceañera. Don't let it be a sweet. What is it? 16, right?
Well, 16 for
in the American way is the 16. Don't let it be the wedding, because I want to help you out.
Right.
I want to pay for your wife's dress. I want to pay for your honeymoon. You know, you got the padrinos, and you want to put banda for 5 hours for what, $5,000 or something like that, right? But when grandma dies,
when it comes to this,
when it comes to the funeral. Oh,
everybody's dry.
Everybody's broke. There's no padrino for the caja.
Yeah.
There's no padrino for the flowers. I mean, where's the love? So that's what I don't understand. We got our priorities wrong. I mean, this is a true story. I had a family, like about 5 years, and their mom passed away, la abuelita, the grandma. And they asked me, hey, pues ¿cuánto vale el funeral? And I go, well, you know, con esto, con aquello, con todo, con las flores, unos 5,200, 5,200. And there was a little girl, you know, a 15-year-old girl in the background. She was, you know, she came with her mom and them. And she goes, wow, we spent $3,000 on my dress.
Oh, shit.
And I say, oh, that's some bullshit then, right?
Right.
You know, like, grandma, you can't, it hurts you to pay for her funeral, but yet you had a quinceañera last 2 months ago, and you spent $3,000 on the girl's dress. You spent $5,000 on the salon, you know, the baile, and then, you know, you spend another, what, $800 on the nasty ass birria with frijoles and arroz. That I'm tired of that shit too. Come on, man, can we get some steaks, bro? You know, siempre la birria, el arroz, y los frijoles,
that
right?
That dress food is only for a couple hours.
That's it.
Never again.
That's it. That's it.
And this, it goes there, fool. Ya se queda.
This is sentimental, bro. Like, grandma, what did grandma do for you? Fuck, think about it. What did your grandma do for you, bro? She was your babysitter, right?
Right.
Your grandma was helping out your mom, cooking. Your grandma was helping you clean the house. Grandma actually gave you some of her little retirement money so you could get your new car. I don't know what your grandma did for you, but think about it. She did so much.
She did so much.
And you trying to put her in a shoebox?
Yeah, no, that's a priority thing, fool.
Priority, bro.
Now that we're speaking on that topic, fool, because I have a homeboy that wanted me to ask you this, because he saw your video. When you do the funeral and all these things, do you have grupos or bandas included, or is something upon request?
Man, I'm gonna tell you like this. I could include it,
okay,
but you're gonna pay for it. I got a boat. You wanna ride a boat?
Yeah.
I got an airplane. I got a helicopter, but you're gonna pay for it.
Yeah.
That's the way it works. Sky's the limit. You know the horse and carriage?
Yeah.
You ever seen that?
Yeah.
In la carroza con los caballos? I got that.
Shit.
But who's gonna pay for it? You are. I'm just gonna bump up your bill, baby.
So whatever they want,
I got banda. Hey, you want the bookies to sing at your funeral, bro?
You got it.
I got it. I call them motherfuckers.
It's not gonna be cheap.
It ain't gonna be cheap, and he might be booked. You know, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You want Vicente to sing for you, bro? I think he passed away.
Well, he passed away.
So he can't sing. Hey, wait a minute. He's definitely gonna sing for your grandma because they're in the same spot.
Yeah, so he just wanted me to ask that, and that was a good question because I saw your videos, how you do it. You got the bandona tocando and everything. I was like, oh shit, okay, that's good to ask. Like I said, if you're on a budget, these are questions you don't need.
Let me tell you something. This is what you need for a funeral. Priority. Number 1, pick up the body. Number 2, it's up to you. You want an open casket or a closed casket?
Oh, what's the difference?
The difference is if you have an open casket, you probably need to embalm the body and dress it. Okay, and guess what? It ain't free.
Got it. Okay.
And then the third one is if you want to go to the church. You know, some people are Catholic or Christian or Buddhist.
Right.
Whatever religion you are, if you want to go to the church, there's another transportation fee.
Okay.
If you want to keep it simple, hey, get the casket. I want to see them for 2 hours and take them to the cemetery. Save yourself some money. But no, we want to do all this other stuff. You know, you want a bunch of flowers, you want this, you want that. You know, flowers, $200, $250. Save yourself $500 right there.
But people want the most, and they're on a budget. Let's say people come and they're like on an absolute budget, so they want the cheapest. Do you got someone you work with to bury them?
You know what?
Or is something open?
This is the thing. I try not to send people to a cemetery.
Okay.
Because, you know, I don't want the family to feel that we made them go there, you know.
Oh, got it. Okay.
But I go anywhere they want to go to.
Okay, so where?
But there are cemeteries that are less expensive than others. You know, I'm not going to say no names, you know, because I don't know if that's legit.
Got it.
But there's cemeteries that are half the price.
Oh, shit, okay.
But, you know, this is the problem when it comes to death. Just an example. Everybody that lives in Compton, Linwood, Southgate, Paramount. Yo soy católico, mijo. Okay. ¿Y en dónde lo vamos a enterrar? In Long Beach. Because it's the closest, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to say no names. But guess what? That's some money.
That's expensive.
You're going to pay some money. And the problem is, when you have family at a cemetery, you want them all together. So that kind of makes you go there.
Right.
You have no choice. Because your cousin is buried there, your tia's buried there, so you want grandma and all them to be together, right?
Right.
So that's the cemetery for the familia.
For the familia.
So it's like, damn, we have to go there.
Yeah.
You know? I remember there was some guy, and I'm going to put him on blast. I don't know who you are, dude, but it's on one of the Facebooks for Paramount. And he put, I'm tired of going to that funeral home. That funeral home is ugly. And I said, wow, I got offended.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm from, you know where we come from.
Yeah.
You know? So I got hot. I was mad. I was like, who's this mother? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm mad. You know, and I said, he don't know who he, you know, because he don't know who we are,
right.
Man. And then I started laughing about it because he goes, man, I have another funeral and I have to go there again to me.
Right.
Here. So I started laughing about it because he doesn't make the choice. His family makes the choice.
Right.
He's not the shot caller.
Yeah.
He's not the one paying for the funeral. His tios are paying for the funeral. His dad is paying for the funerals. So you don't got nothing to say, bro. See? So if you ain't gonna pitch in, you ain't got nothing to say. Stay in the car. Stay in the car.
Yeah.
You don't have nothing to say. Just don't even show up to the funeral. If you're not pitching in to the funeral, don't even show up.
Yeah, and if you bother, don't show up. Yeah.
But it's funny because this guy, you know, was talking head. You know, he was just like, that place, I don't like that place. And guess what? Your mama loves me, baby. Your daddy loves it.
That's all that matters. Yeah.
You know, your family loves it. So the point is, if you don't like a certain cemetery or a certain funeral home, guess what? You have so many funerals there already that it's tradition.
Right.
It's tradición. You can't change it.
Yeah.
And you know, some people are faithful.
You
know, I mean,
just the same thing with the barbers.
It's like a restaurant.
Yeah.
There's a restaurant that you love probably, and you go there with your wife. You just love going there because.
For me, it's Luis Burgers. Luis Burgers over any little burger spot.
That's it.
To me, right? You know, so that's the place.
You know, and then a lot of people tell me, hey man, this funeral home, you need a bigger funeral home because, damn,
you get packed.
You know, and you know what? I was thinking of expanding, you know, making a bigger funeral.
Yeah.
I was going to buy a church in Compton.
Okay.
A big church. I'm not going to say which church, but we're going to buy a big church, and it fits about 1,000 people.
Oh, shit.
But then I thought about it. I'm like, wait a minute. Why have all that if people can't afford funerals that are expensive? How are we going to pay the bills, you know? Now, next to that, another guy that owns a restaurant told me, don't do it. He told me, I own a restaurant. I'm not going to say the name. But he goes, I own a restaurant, and it's not that big, but it feels welcome.
God.
It feels good. The vibe is good. And if you get a big old restaurant and you have one person over there
and it
one
empty,
way
right?
over there, it just doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
Le falta algo.
Like that place is always empty, but it's just so big. Yeah.
Everybody tells me, man, you always pack, bro. Like you always pack. We blessed. Thank you, Jesus. We blessed.
So when people come crying, right? Obviously. What's the difference when they come in as opposed to when they walk out?
You know what? That's one thing I'm not going to lie to you. When I meet with families, they come in here worried, stressed, scared, confused. I mean, all bad.
All bad.
All bad. I mean, I talk to them and it's like talking to the wall. They don't even answer.
Yeah.
And but once you break that ice, God gave me a gift. I'm gonna tell you right now, Chips. I have a gift from God. It's like me and you. We talked on the phone. We hit it off.
And
man.
we hit it off, right.
You know, but you gotta get a feel for the person. You know, today. You know, today's my day off. It's your day off. You know, we could have been doing something else.
Right.
But you know, we had a good vibe. You know, but the thing is, that's the way I am with families. 9 out of 10.
Okay.
9 out of 10. Because there's some families that are just
knuckleheads.
You just can't break that ice. But you know, you have to have a style. You know, it's like when you cut hair, right? You're a barber. Right. So when you're cutting hair, you know, I noticed when I get my haircut, the barber starts talking to you, right?
Yeah.
Just conversation like, so how you been, bro? You know, chopping it up, right? And just talking and, oh, what's up with them Rams, bro? You know, and just chopping it up. And you start getting a little conversation. And there's some customers that don't want to talk to you, huh? They just chilling and they just want to get the cut. And they're on the phone and they're like, just hurry the fuck up.
Most of the time when they're on their phone, that's kind of the sign of like, I don't want to talk.
Yeah. So my thing is, when they walk in here, like I said, they confused. It's a different industry, right? Funerals, and we're not comparing the
business. It's way different.
It's different. Right? But when they come in here, they come crying and they're crying most of the time. Yes, because they lost their loved one, but they're crying also because they're confused. They don't know what to do.
How much is it gonna cost?
They don't
got the money.
No saben qué van a hacer. So once I start talking to them and I go, hey, I have my style. And like I said, it took 22 years to get there. Yeah. So you can't get there one day to another. You got to get there slowly. You know, you got to crawl before you walk. And that's going to all the people that just started in the game, bro. You got to get a feel for the family. And if you have that style, you're going to be all right. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I ask them questions about their loved one. Don't start talking about caskets money. And what dates and y cuál iglesia and what cemetery and do you own property and no. I talk about funerals at the end. That's the way I work. Some people like it, some people don't. See, but see that's just love. That's just love to the family from the get go.
Right.
You know, I go just an example. Hola, buenas tardes, pásenle. Have a seat, right? And then, so who passed away, right? You ask them right away, who passed away? Oh, well, our dad. Okay. Where's your dad from? So, for example, where's your dad from, Chips?
Guanajuato,
León.
Yeah.
GTO, puro GTO. See, you smiling. You know, Guanajuato. El Callejón de los Besos.
Yeah.
Las momias. See?
So you start.
So I know history. That's one thing I love history. I know about Watts history. I know about LA history. I know about East Coast history, about New York history. I know all the history in Mexico. I know a lot of history in South America because I have a lot of South American customers. So I know a lot of history. I love history. You know what I mean? I know about tacos, pupusas, you know, everything, you know, chapines. you know, Salvadoreños. We deal with everybody. And it's good to know, you know.
Yeah.
You know, los tomateros, right?
Yeah.
Sinaloa, Jalisco. We deal with every different things, you know what I mean? You know, we deal with everybody. We got Christians, we got Catholics, we have Jewish, Shalom, right? We got all that good stuff. So I'm with it. You know, I talk different languages too, you know. I talk French, I talk Japanese. But the point is, you want to make them feel comfortable.
Right.
You want to break the ice. And like I said, you know, your dad is from Guanajuato, León, Guanajuato, you know, GTO.
And you start breaking it in,
you know. And you start talking about their hometown, and then your mom starts smiling. And then you want to make your mom feel better. Because you're sad because your mom is sad. And when your mom cries, you feel bad.
Yeah.
See what I'm talking about? So if I make your mom laugh, what you gonna do?
Yeah.
You're good. And then you're gonna come up to me, and just like a lot of people go, hey bro, thanks a lot. You're looking out. Y ya estuvo. And that was just a little something right there. I just told him right now. You know what I mean? And I told you. That's just a little style that I have. I don't want to spill the beans because I know
there's a nigga in a jacket. Yeah.
Yes, sir. You know
I already know.
Don't be jogging my style, man. Get your own style, man. I'm not a hater. Don't hate on me, but get your own style, man. You know, work for it.
Creativity, you gotta work for your own style.
Work. Just like barbers. There's some barbers that put a hot towel, you know.
Yeah.
They just do little extras, you know. La pistola del masajito, right?
Like everything works,
You know, they give you a little massage.
Yeah, little massage, little hot towel, little shave.
You know, for the same $25. Oh, I'm going to
black mask, right? You know, the black mask. So little shit, right? Boost it up. Oh, this nigga give me a massage.
This one came to the house. I didn't even have to go to that. Mobile.
Oh,
man.
So that's good.
And then I'm also mobile sometimes too.
Oh, for real?
So people go, hey man, you know what? Do we have to go to the funeral home or can you come to us? Now if my schedule is very slow and there's no pandemic, maybe next year I'll go to the house. You know what I'm saying? I'll go to the house. I take my catalogs. I show them the caskets. You know, I talk to them and we make the deal. You know, sometimes the mom don't want to leave the house.
Oh, okay.
So I go to them. I go to their house. You know. But like I said, you know, you want to make them feel comfortable. You want to break the ice. You don't want them to be scared and confused. You know, they already lost their loved one. Don't make it worse.
Don't make it worse.
And there's a lot of funeral homes. I'm not gonna say no names, but there's a lot of funeral homes that make it worse. Worse. And if you start in the wrong step,
it's already all bad.
It's gonna be hard to get back into the same track, in the good track. You know, you start wrong, it ends up wrong most of the time. You want to start real good from the beginning to the end. And you know what? Like I said, 9 out of 10 times we do a great job. I mean, I got people asking me to join them for dinner. They want to invite me and my wife to their house for dinner or to a restaurant or to a birthday party. And I don't even know them, you know, quinceañeras, weddings.
So, see, that says a lot there, right?
That
means that you took care of them.
They want me to be a part of their family.
Right. That means you took care of them as opposed to hustle them,
100,
right?
100. I take care of them 100%. They love it. And not too many people do it. They don't have it.
See?
And I wasn't looking to do funerals. See, when I was growing up, I wanted to be a school teacher. That's what I wanted to do.
Gift.
I wanted to be an art teacher, which I did become a teacher for a couple of months. I didn't like it.
You wanted to come back.
I came back to the funeral industry. And then I got a degree in graphic design also in Long Beach. I got a degree. I don't do nothing but funerals. That degree is sitting in the house.
This is your calling, dog.
Because when I graduated from college over in Long Beach, I applied for a job for graphic design. Everybody wanted to work for Disney or for those big companies, right? And I went for a job interview. There was 30 people for the same job. So ask me how many people want to do funerals.
None.
Gracias.
None.
No competition. That's
why I was asking, like, bro, it's so crazy. You got in this industry. You the first person I know in the industry.
Hey, but you got to meet one of the best.
Yeah.
One of the best.
Well, it says a lot, fool, like I said, because look, think about it like this. Me as a barber, it's easier to leave a client happy, right? Because he's already happy. You got somebody crying, torn.
And you have a whole family to make happy.
Exactly. It's kind of like...
a whole community.
It's kind of like a job. Hey, bro, look, check this out. Your job, they're crying. make them happy. Like,
all
shit, that's my job.
Hey, you gotta cut all their hair. All 200 people.
So, for them to come back and be like, hey, bro, come to my party. That says, like, you made me feel so comfortable. You know?
For real. And the best thing I get sometimes is when I go to the cemetery. When I go to the cemetery and I finish my funeral, I always do my speech. I have a special speech, and I'm not gonna say what it is, you know, because people are listening.
Yeah.
But I have my style. I talk from my heart, and when I do my speech at the cemetery, people come up to me and they go, "Hey, excuse me, 2 things. Are you a pastor? Where's your church at? I want to join your church." Number 1, I'm not a pastor. I'm Catholic. I ain't trying to go to hell. Okay. Number 2, número 2. They ask me also. They go, "Hey, man, qué bonitas palabras. Are you part of the family? Are you family?" I go, "Nah, man. I'm the guy from the mortuary." "What? You talk like you knew my deal, man. You talked about some shit that only me and him knew." And I'm like, "Well, you know, I like being nosy, man. I like to know who I'm burying. I don't want to bury no dead body, because there's a bunch of dead bodies over there. You know, I make a couple calls, I'll get a couple of them bodies, you know. But I do personal funerals, you know. I personalize it. It's not just another dead
Not
body.
every event is the same.
It's not the same. It's not the same. You know, it's like, for example, if you lose grandma, a grandma funeral is more like prayer, right? It's more like Santa Maria and Rosario and you know, a lot of church stuff going on, right? But if you lose that youngster, that 25-year-old, you know, that like la banda, and that he like corridos and
racing,
and he like racing, and he had a Cheyenne, and you know, he's out there in Compton, you know, cruising, you know, his funeral's gonna be totally different, man. People are gonna want to have music. They're gonna have a norteño. They're gonna have the banda.
They're gonna want to have the trucks.
Right. They're gonna have burnouts.
Yeah.
They're gonna have dudes outside smoking weed, drinking. So every funeral is different. There's different levels to funerals.
Shit. So you gotta know how to.
And then religions, right? You have the Catholics, then you have the Jehovah's Witness, you know. So everybody's just different, you know. And then you have the Baptists, you know. You have the African Americans. Most of them are Baptists. So they will have a longer service. It's 2 hours.
Okay.
Catholics is 1 hour. See, everything's just different. So
you said that if you do closed casket, it's cheaper. You said?
Yeah, it could be cheaper.
Okay.
Because if you don't want to open the casket and see the body, then you don't have to make sure you let the family know.
Right.
But you don't have to embalm, which is the chemicals, and then you don't have to dress the body
if it's gonna be closed casket. Yeah.
I mean, ¿para qué?
Can you let the people know if they're on a budget not to ask for this one?
No, I don't want to do that, man. I'm trying to make some kind of profit, bro. Come on, man.
No, if they on the
you
budget,
hurting my business, chaps, you know?
No. If they on a budget, they cannot ask for this, you know? Because they can ask for a discount.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we have a lot of caskets, families. You know, right here in Paramount Mortuary, we got a lot of caskets. We got woods, we got metals. We have those real simple caskets made out of fiberboard.
Oh, for real? I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's all kinds of caskets, but
So you got fiberboard and you got metal.
Yeah.
Is metal cheaper?
Fiberboard.
Fiberboard is still cheaper.
Yeah.
Then metal, then I'm assuming wood.
Well, see, you have different woods. You got maples, you got oaks, you got compressed wood.
You got compressed wood.
You know, so it all depends
on the wood.
Yeah. And but most of the time, woods are more expensive. Yes.
And especially.
And then you got stainless steel caskets.
Oh, you got stainless steel.
Yeah, those are pretty high. You got the Michael Jackson casket. That's one. You know.
Oh.
Now you're talking about $40,000 for a casket. Just the
casket.
La pura cajita.
Oh shit! See, those are things that certain people don't think about, right?
I mean, you know, people, and then people say, is it cheaper to cremate? Well, you know what it is, because you don't gotta buy the cemetery. But then it could be more expensive, because what about if you buy a nice wood casket that costs $10,000, $15,000? Ahí se fue el dinero, right? So it all depends what you do. Even the little box, you know, where you put the ashes.
I heard those are expensive.
Just for example, you could go on the internet and buy one for $50.
Okay.
But you could also buy one that has gold and diamonds that's $200,000.
Right.
See or no?
Yeah.
That's it, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like this microphone. This microphone right here is $750. But if you get it gold plated,
it increases the value.
That's doable, but it's still a microphone, bro.
At least 50% of the people that I know want to get cremated, right?
Right.
Let's say just so they can leave, because some of them do have insurance and they want to leave their family with some money.
Right. Smart.
What would be the best way to go about that? Like
pay for it. Go to a funeral home and tell them if they have a prepaid service and pay for it.
Can you say like a quote around how much?
Well, this is the thing.
Yeah.
And I kind of know everybody's prices.
Okay.
You know, so I'll be pretty on point. If you don't want to have a funeral service.
Yeah, they just want
and just cremate them, nomás la quemada, right? Just the cremation.
Just
$1,000.
Oh,
that's how low. That's it. $1,000.
Lo que
vale un teléfono, right?
Lo que vale un teléfono.
That's it.
And then you
pound that motherfucker.
Your urn or whatever.
That's it. Included. Urn is included.
Oh, shit is included.
$1,000.
Llévatelo a tu casa.
That's it.
Quieras.
Keep them at home.
And if you want the church?
Now you're talking about $3,500.
Okay.
And up.
And up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because now you need a casket, right? To take the body to the church. A rental casket.
A rental, yeah.
You could rent it too.
Also, they still pretend like there's a body.
No, the body will be in there. But then you cremate it after.
Oh, shit. Okay, so they'll take it.
So just imagine there's a body here and I take them to the church. And then after the church, I bring the body back here and then I cremate it. That's it.
But it was a rental.
It was a rental.
Oh, shit. Okay.
You could go that route too.
Oh, shit. See, that's something I didn't know. I
assume. So when you cremate, keep in mind, when you cremate, it's not just burning the body. You could have a service.
You still have
then burn the body.
Oh, see how I thought? They burn it, they give it to you, tú vas a la misa?
You could. Some people, that's a memorial service.
Okay.
So you burn, so you pick up the body, you file your paperwork, you cremate the body, you give the ashes to the family in the little box, which is the urn, and then you take the urn, or you tell the funeral home to take the urn to the church and have a service with the ashes.
With the ashes.
Or you could take the whole body in the casket, then
so
cremate
you have two.
Yeah, different options. But the first one with the urn is cheaper.
It's cheaper.
It's less expensive.
How much are they looking for on that?
Like probably $1,700. Because the church is going to charge you like $250 just for the misa.
Okay, so you're looking.
The pastor.
So you're looking like about $1,000 for the urn, for the
cremation,
for the cremation and the urn. And then you're looking at what, another what?
$500 for the church.
$500 for the church.
Depends on the church too. There's some parishes that charge more. Yeah, okay. You know. Yeah.
See, that's interesting. That's good that I asked you this, because I never thought about, they take the body, then they take it back, then you get cremated.
You could do it that way, yeah.
Man, that's interesting too.
And a lot of people doing that. They go, you know what?
Just to get that last feel.
Yeah, no, just an example. You know what? They tell me, you know what? We want to bury my loved one, but I didn't know the cemetery was so expensive.
So expensive.
And I go, yeah, well, it's about $20,000. And then they go, what? But we still want to have a viewing. We still want to have a service. We still want to take them to the church. Okay. But then cremate them. Then we could.
We could do that too. Oh, that's dope. See, now, people are here listening to this. Yeah. If they still want that,
I'm telling you, this is your best interview, bro.
I'm loving this shit. Because, like I said, this is knowledge, bro. This is knowledge. On top of that, we don't want to speak on it, but bro,
people are going to see this video in Japan, Australia. They're going to be like, wow.
Yeah, that's dope, bro. Because, like I said, a lot of the people that I talked to, they never broke it down to. I guess they didn't know either that.
Nobody wants to talk about death.
Nobody wants to talk about life insurance.
Nobody.
And even you admit that's a good thing.
It is. I used to sell life insurance, you know. I don't have time for it, but it's good, man. I mean, I have life insurance. You have life insurance?
I do.
There it is.
I try to explain to people, but
if I pass away, I would get, just an example, I don't know how much I would get, but probably get $700,000. So $700,000 will pay off my mortgage, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
Because there's going to be a balance, right? Unless it's paid for. And then maybe some of the bills that you left. You know, you got to pay for the car. You got to pay for
That last credit card.
What about your kids? We're going to go to college, and your college for your kids is going to be $35,000 a year or more.
And if you had dogs and they get sick, you got that to work.
Todo
se acumula. And remember what
and then what about Sancho? Sancho needs some new shoes,
that
bro.
That come with some money.
Hey, Sancho needs some money too, bro.
But what they say, when something goes bad, fool, cae todo, right? When it rains, it pours. So you might be having a good one, but then you die, everything comes down, fool. So your family wasn't expecting all that shit. So I always
you know what? People always fighting too, man. Like, come on, Raza, you know? Like, don't fight for nothing.
For nothing.
Like, some people leave like one small house and over there in Michoacan or in Zacatecas.
And they fight for it.
And there's like 9 kids, bro. You know, there's 9 brothers and sisters fighting for a little house that's worth 30 G's. Come on.
And then you ask them, are you gonna go live? Nah, fool.
Nah.
Like, then why you are? Let whoever's gonna live out there, bro.
Just give it to charity, bro.
I be trying to tell this to kids, like, fool, if it's not worth a fist fight or something, bro, just talk it out, man.
I'm telling you, man. Like, some things are not worth it. But anytime anybody dies, man, there's problems, man.
Anything but it comes up.
You know, people, I know a lot of people say, nah, we not like that, but watch.
But when that happens,
remember this interview, watch.
When that happens, it will change that person.
Watch. People gonna be looking under the rocks.
Si no eres tú, es la mujer. Si no eres tú, el pinche husband que quiere todo.
Somebody.
It's always like
somebody's gonna brainwash somebody and
try to sell a house.
So the best thing to do is live a will. Well, first of all, get life insurance, live a will. You know, write it down. You know what? I'm giving this to blah, blah, blah. This is for blah, blah, blah. Don't argue about this. This is for blah, blah, blah. This is for all of you guys. Just write it down.
And that's crazy. I feel like that's something Hispanics...
We don't do.
Just write it. I got time.
Man,
no, we don't.
Man.
We all have a time limit.
You could have a guy on the streets asking for money right now with a sign. And that guy has life insurance. He's worth more money dead than alive.
Right.
You know, Lil Wayne said that. Lil Wayne said that too. You know, he's worth more money dead than alive.
It's crazy to think about.
Porque ahorita he has $5 in his pocket to buy a beer. But when he dies, his family's gonna get 500 cheese. Isn't that a trip?
Yeah, fool.
I'm just keeping it real. Hey, this interview might be too real for you. Turn off the computer. Apague la computadora, señora.
It's crazy because look,
no se ofenda.
We all got a time, right? We just don't know when it is. So I tell people, bro, just live your life. Be grateful to everybody. Be nice to everybody. Because the day that you die, fool, people remember more the guy that said hi, hello, right? Than the fool that was an asshole because he thought he was hard. Yeah. Fool, they forget about him.
Otra cosa. I do funerals and people that come to the funeral are like the neighbors that you think that didn't like you. They come and show their respect. The neighbor, you know, the different nationality guy next door that used to call the cops on you because you were throwing the party. They will show up, you know, with very respectful, you know, them and their family, and they'll bring flowers and they will show love. Man. That's deep. That's deep.
Because you touch different people in a different way. And this is like my best interview because besides being
Didn't I tell you? ¿Qué te dije?
Besides being
came
dope,
out of your mouth now, huh?
besides being dope, you're kicking a lot of knowledge.
This is just the start,
people,
baby. This is just
so people get ready.
Get ready. Stay ready.
You know, so because
DJ Quick. Right?
Nothing's promised but death.
Was it DJ Quick or Sugar Free?
Which one?
You gotta stay ready.
That was, I think, Sugar Free.
Sugar Free, huh? See, I'm old school, baby.
But yeah, for the only thing promised in this earth is death. That's for sure.
That's it. Tax and death.
Tax. You can't. That's another one.
Los taxes. That's it. Pay your dues.
Yeah, but any more knowledge that you could think of that you can.
So you know, if we're gonna start wrapping it up, I just want to say, make sure you if you're young, get some life insurance, because if you're young, it's gonna be less expensive.
Got it.
If you're over 60
and sick,
está más caro.
Yeah.
And if you're sick, they don't even want to fuck with you. They're like, este güey tiene diabetes.
Well, it's gonna cost us more than what he's gonna pay.
Se va a morir para qué, right? So the insurance, they're not gonna take the risk. You're not gonna fool the insurance because the insurance is gonna get that death certificate, and they're gonna be this guy had cancer for 7 years.
Yeah, we can't pay you off. You lied to us.
So excuse me. So my point is, Get life insurance if you're young. Save some money. Regardless, always have $5,000-$7,000 in the cut. Just have it. Make sure you always talk to your family members, especially like the people that you really love. Don't offend them, right? Because sometimes they get offended. But like, hey, jefita, si algo le pasa, you know, ¿qué quiere que hagamos?
Right.
I'm gonna tell you right now, people walk into the funeral and they don't know what the hell.
They don't know.
They argue. They go, hey, Chaps, Mom wanted to go back to Guanajuato. No. She wanted to bury with her mom right here in the cemetery. No. She wanted to be cremated. And there's a bunch of arguments. And that right there, you know, it's just to avoid. It's just to avoid that. And then, so that's another thing. And then remember, I mean, we don't want nobody to get murdered. But if you get murdered, and if it's a homicide, remember there's $7,500 from the government that will help out for that. And who helps that? Your county? It's called Victim of Violent Crime. You can always check it on the internet, but most of the time you just gotta go to your local police station. To your local, okay. And they'll tell you what, or to the courthouse. Besides cancer, is there any other death that helps out, or those are the two main ones? That's about it. Cancer, little kids, you know. We have a lot of children's hospitals, right? Okay. You know, you have Sunset, you got Long Beach, you got Orange County. Any of those children's hospitals, they usually have like a little fund, you know, between $500 to maybe $2,000. Okay. They'll help out if the kid has leukemia or some type of cancer. They'll help out the little dudes, you know. The little that would be little, for little kids. You know, you got the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Yeah. You know, so they show love to the kids. Also, those places actually help? Yeah. Oh, shit. Okay. No, people don't know that. Especially Raza, you know. I mean, I don't want to say everybody don't know. You know, some of you guys might know about it, and you might be like, I already knew about that. Well, good for you, bro. Good for you. But I'm talking about some Raza, you know. I didn't know about it. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. Some people, my mom didn't even know about it, and I work at the funeral home. You know what I'm saying? So there's certain places. And then there's also certain funeral homes, like me, like us. We donate funerals. Oh shit, okay. I'm down. I'm blessed. We blessed. We donate one funeral a year. Oh shit, okay. That's nice, right? Yeah, that's dope. Right? That's dope, yeah. So if you know a family member or friend that has no money, but they gotta keep it real. But they gotta keep it real. I mean, sometimes we get full, it's all good, you know, God could judge, I can't judge you. But if you don't have the money and you see no way out, talk to me. I got caskets. We got the funeral home. Just bring the body. Yeah. Just bring it. We'll take care of you. You know. If we could do it, I would go ahead and donate the funeral. You know, a lot of people go. I helped a lot of people in the past. I donated about 5 funerals. Okay. And the church will call me and be like, "Hey, Raúl, esta señora no tiene dinero. Se le murió su esposo. You know, he died from cirrhosis because he was drinking a lot of tequila, you know, and they have nothing. No. And I go, all right. Think about it, right? We talk it as a team because we have a team here, you know, and we talk about it. And if we see that we could do it, we'll donate the funeral. And we're not talking about just burn the body, you know. No, we will bury it. You know, we'll send it back to Mexico or to Guatemala, Salvador, Nicaragua, Honduras. We'll send it, and we won't charge them anything. Oh shit, that's love. You know, it's funny because last year we donated a funeral for a little baby, and it's funny because, and it's nothing funny about funerals, right? I keep saying it's funny, but it's not funny. No, but I get the you know the talk, right? What happened was the church called me. The little girl got ran over. She got ran over, so the family had to pay for it because it was not a murder, it was an accident. Yeah. So an accident, you got to pay for it. It's a oops, right? So you got to pay for your oops. So the point was, we told the mother that we'll donate the funeral, and she might see this video. You know, I want to say, you know, God bless her. But we donated the funeral. She knows who she is, right? And we did it with a lot of respect and love. And what happened was the cemetery called me right away and they go, "Are you Raúl?" And I said, "Yeah." "Are you helping such and such?" "Yes." You know, sometimes they call a little straight up, a little too blunt. But I was like, yeah. So what's going on, you know? How much are we charging the family for the baby? And I go, why you want to know that information? It's private, right? And then they go, well, we want to match. We want to match your price because we want to do the same for the cemetery property.
Oh.
So I said, all right. I said, you're going to go to heaven. And she said, why? And I go, because I didn't charge them anything. So I hope you do the same. And she said, oh, I'm sorry. We can't do that. I mean, they still help them out, but the point is, you know, not everybody's going to give you a free funeral.
Right.
Everybody's trying to make money. But once you bless, you're going to bless others. Yeah. And that's what and if you own a business and you're listening to this, give back to the community. Give back. A free haircut, bro.
Bro, right? If you look at my other podcast, I even have to stop. I didn't do it on the last one.
Hey.
But the ones before, fool, I was telling people like, look, bro, I got this In-N-Out card. I don't even know how much is in it. Mm-hmm. All you gotta do is comment or go to the Instagram and put I voted. They don't do it, fool. And I'm like, you gotta show me that. Who do I know who to give it to? You know.
Trip out on this right here, chaps. Ahí te va esta. Last 2 years ago, I got a phone call from Whittier, a family from Whittier. Their little baby died, and they called me and they asked me, hey, how much is the funeral? You know, they're price shopping. They're calling.
Right, okay,
they call about 7 funeral homes, and I go, well, who passed away? And she goes, my little baby girl. And I said, all right. You know what? Right now it's Saturday night. You know, I'm not at the funeral home, but I'm answering the phones. Stop by Monday at 10 a.m. and I will do it for free. Guess what happened? She didn't show up. And I told my wife, and I said, you know what? The family we were going to donate the funeral didn't show up. And she's like, wow. And then she couldn't believe it either. You know, my wife and me, you know, we were real tight. We talk about things. And all of a sudden, I call the family and I go, hey, you know, are you coming by? Because I told you I'm going to do it for free. And the girl goes, you know what? My husband didn't believe it, so he ended up paying $5,000. I said, well. And then it happened again. I did it again, and this time the family did came. But the husband told me nothing's for free. In this world, nothing's for free. That was his words. And I said, well, maybe in your world, but I'm here for you, bro.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And he broke down. You know, he told me he had only $30 in his bank account.
Dang.
So he was tripping out like, man, you gonna really do it for free? I'm like, I'm here, I'm in front of you. I'm willing to do it for free. If you're willing to work with me, I'll work with you. You know, let's do this. Let's work together. Let's get it done. You know, it's a little baby. Let's get it done.
Man, that's crazy.
So it's good to help others. You know, like I said, if you have a business, any kind of business, if you sell tacos, give a free taco.
Give a free taco once in a while.
You know, and just, you'd be surprised. When you give something, people like it, they'll come back.
They come back.
Because when I did that free funeral, that family
came
back twice.
Yeah, exactly.
But they came back for a cousin, then they came back for an uncle.
Cool.
And they paid good money. I didn't tell them to, but they paid good money, so everything works out.
I've done that before where it's like, hey, how much for the beer?
Yeah. See,
how much for the beer? I'll do it for free. You already gave them the haircut.
It's all good.
And it comes back.
It comes back.
And that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, have you ever gave somebody money in the street?
Yeah.
You remember that day?
Not long ago.
Okay.
3 days ago.
All right.
It was like 3 days ago.
Right.
There was this guy outside of 7-Eleven with a dog. With like a poodle.
How much you gave him?
I gave that fool food for his.
Now, how much money you
I gave him like $5, right?
$5.
But listen, I gave him food for his dog. And I gave that fool like waters.
Okay.
But that fool, he didn't ask for the money.
Right.
So when we leave, we looked at the dog and my wife's like, dang, I want to give them something. So I was like, okay, let's go home. Are we going back? And she's like, yeah, okay. What are you going to give him? I'm going to give him food and waters for his dog. I was like, cool. So I just slipped $5. It's some cans, right? So I slipped the bill right there. Mm-hmm. The guy didn't ask us for shit, but he was outside. So I'm like, here, give it to him. Just tell him. Just don't tell him anything. Just tell him, you know, like, there's no words.
Right.
But when I saw his face, fool, he got actually, like, happy.
He saw the money?
He saw the money. But dog lovers, fool, sometimes for your dog, it becomes more grateful, right? So when I gave it to him, fool, he got so happy. And I was just like, damn, that's dope, dog. Like, it made me feel good, you know? Mm-hmm. So that's why I be trying to give, like, In-N-Out cards or whatever I can give out, fool. But people don't participate, so it lets me, like...
It's because people don't believe it.
People don't believe it, probably, like...
People think it's a scheme or something.
And I'm like...
But like I said, if I was trying to ask you if you gave anybody money because that was 3 days ago.
It was like 3 days ago.
But since those 3 days passed, have you been blessed with anything?
So I'm like, we're just gonna speak about one customer. That fool gave me like a $20 tip.
Okay, there it is. But see, what happened is, once you bless somebody, you're gonna be blessed many of times. And I told that to one of my coworkers. We were doing a funeral over in El Sagrado Corazon, and there's a lady there all the time outside, and she knows me because we always go there. And I always give her $5. And I gave her $5 that morning, and my driver, he was like, man, you always giving her money, bro. Like dang, give me some money, right? You know how we are, you know? And I said, chill, man, you don't need it, right? Yeah. She needs it. So I gave her $5, and I told him, look, you're going to be working with me all day today, right? And he goes, yeah. At the end of the day, you're going to see something. I'm going to quadruple that money. And what happened was, we went to the cemetery after we left that church, and the family came and gave me $100.
Oh shit!
I gave him 50, and I kept 50. See, I could have kept 100,
right?
But see, I did it again. I broke bread, right? Break bread. Yeah. So I gave him 50. I kept 50. But see, that investment was $5.
$5, right?
The man upstairs gave you that double, baby. That's how así trabaja, man.
See, but
you know, that's why a lot of people say, don't cut my blessings.
Right.
I learned that from the Baptist pastors. They go, take it. When you give somebody money, you have to take it. You know how we used to, you know, we come from, no, está bien, you know, señor, es mi trabajo. And no, you just take it. Take the money.
Because you're going to
Because you know what? That person is not giving it to you. It's God. That food, that dog food and all that, it wasn't you. It was God giving it to that dog. He was just working through you as an instrument. Now, hey, remember, I'm not a pastor. Don't tune out. Stay tuned.
See, and that's what I try to tell these guys. Just go to the last post on my Instagram, comment I voted, and you get the In-N-Out card.
That's it.
But...
Or $5, who knows?
Or $5, or what if I'm like, you know what, I'm generous today. You get the card and a haircut. Hey, but some people don't want to even do that. And it's like, I can't just give you the card. Like, at least let me know that you're watching, right? Like, I'm giving you knowledge.
I mean, this is what it is, right? This is what it is. This is one of your talents. You know?
And through this,
if you get blessed, you want to continue.
Right. And through this, fool, I feel like I can help more. Because think if I give people...
Well, you just helped a lot of people. I mean, we by talking about the life insurance, you just helped a lot of people not lose their house. You just helped a lot of people not lose their kids' tuition. By talking to people about if they get murdered, you just help a lot of people not go wash cars on the street. See, you don't even know all the stuff we did already.
Yeah, we did.
We went above and beyond.
See, and by you, like that's why I always tell people, don't be afraid to say what you mean, right? Like when you told me that you do a free funeral a year. What if that makes me? Because I know one guy that told me that he wants to help out. Yeah. So what if what makes me and him want to give you not something big, but probably something small, right? Like, hey, this is for when you do the few. Don't even put my name up. This is just from the heart, right?
I'm telling you. Man.
So I tell people, don't be afraid. But like I said, like people gotta accept my blessing. Like, stop cutting my blessing, right? Accept it, bro. Like,
take that In-N-Out,
take that In-N-Out.
Eat that burger,
and you don't gotta do anything.
Everybody wins.
But go to Instagram and say I voted. That's all you gotta do.
That's it.
But cause like I said, like you put it like this. What if me saying that, hey, you're gonna get an In-N-Out card as soon as you vote? If I see my Instagram and this, you're gonna get it. what if that person that voted for had nothing to eat for that day, and I just made him his
I'm
meal?
telling you, man.
But some people are even afraid. I don't know if it's afraid or their ego's like, yeah, I'm hungry, but I'm not gonna do it.
They don't want to support it.
Because they feel they're gonna exactly, because they feel that one comment is gonna make you rich. Like, oh, if I press it, he's gonna get recognition. So, and I get it, that's cool. Like, but I'm just trying to really help people that need it, you know.
And you're gonna get your blessings, you know. One thing my wife says, she speaks a lot of Spanish. She goes, "Lo del César al César. What's yours is yours."
Yeah.
So even if your enemy or a hater wants to take it, you can't have it. You can't have it, bro. It's not meant to be. And if you take it from me, it's gonna disappear on your ass.
Oh, hey, that's funny. That's funny that you. I was just talking to one of my good clients. And he was like, hey, fool, I just bumped into this fool. We happen to be cousins, right? And he's like, that fool wanted me to let him cut his hair, but I don't cheat on my barber, dog, and that's you. And I was like, yeah, that's love, dog. Like I said, you take care of people a certain way, and they'll never be disloyal to you.
And I've been dealing with my vendors, like the casket company. I've been dealing with them for over 15 years. Even my AC guy, you know, I've been dealing with him for over 10 years. Who else? My car wash detail guy, you know, I've been dealing with him for 15 years.
Loyalty.
You know, barber, you know, as well, right?
Yeah, you said.
For over 12, 15 years, maybe 17, who knows? I mean, loyalty, you know, if you don't F up, I'm with you.
Right.
But once you start cutting up, I'm going to cut you too. That's the way it is.
Hey, I can't cut you.
Hey, you mess up my day, I'm going to mess up your night. That's the way I work, man.
And I always tell people, like, let's say if today I gotta work, hey, I cannot get you today, but I can get you tomorrow in the morning or today at night. You know, like, so I try to work with people, like, look, I cannot do it in the morning, but I could do it late at night. I'll stay up for you, like, you know, or I could do it early in the morning. So I work with people. Nobody does that, fool. Like, nobody does that. I wanted to ask you another question before we leave. What would you say is the hardest part of your job?
I'll be honest with you. I love everything I do, but the hardest part are two things, and I'm talking about the funeral industry.
Right.
One is not getting the paperwork on time. A lot of people, or I should say families, they think that we are taking our time. Or we're just here sitting down, you know, doing podcasts.
Right.
But we're not, you know, we working, you know. But you have to keep in mind, you got to deal with doctors, you got to deal with the city, you got to deal with the health department, you got to deal with a lot of permits.
So the health department is in this too?
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, they have to clear the causes of death. They have to know what the person passed away of. So, you know what I mean? If there's a new disease, you know, they have to know what's going on in the city. You know, like, wait a minute, what's going on with COVID, right?
Right.
So all that stuff, you know, so that's kind of hard.
Okay.
That's part of the hard part. And then also when you're trying to deal with the doctors and they don't answer the phone because they're busy dealing with patients. And,
right, because it's not just this.
You know, it's like, for example, you pick up somebody on Monday and the family wants to bury them on Friday. But the doctor doesn't answer the phone till Friday.
Shit.
And you still need 3 days to get the permits
but
after.
People think it's your fault.
Yeah, you know, that's one. And number two is making sure the body looks right, your loved one. You know, and I say body, I know that's not probably proper, but I'm talking about the physical. You know, there's some people that just don't look the same and they change. Right. Now, we don't do anything at the funeral home to make them look bad. The thing is, think about it. People change when they pass away. Some people look like they're asleep.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, some people get a heart attack and that's it. They look good. I mean, they look like they're sleeping. Yeah, but there's some people that you look at them and they're like, damn, he doesn't look like blah, blah, blah. He looks different. Well, think about it. He got shot in the face. He got ran over on the freaking face.
Yeah,
or the person was a heavy drinker and cirrhosis made him, you know, get swollen and green, and I mean, and sorry for the words, but I'm just keeping it real. Some people change a lot. And then the worst part here, this is, and again, it's not funny, but it makes me say it's funny to me, but it's not funny. Just an example. Let's just say I die. I'm not even gonna say nobody else.
Okay.
All right, look at the example I'm gonna give you. Let's just say I die, and I'm in the casket, and one of my uncles that I haven't seen from Mexico comes to see me at the funeral, and he hasn't seen me for 7 years. He's gonna say I don't look the same.
That's not him.
See what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Even and I'm shooting far. Let's just keep it close by. Let's just say your cousin that lives in I don't know, in Covina, in Vegas, and you haven't seen your cousin for like 2 months or 3 years, or you saw him in the last wedding, and you got cancer and you lost 110 pounds, or something.
You changed.
You changed, bro. Like don't expect them to look the same. Think about it. Van a cambiar.
You brought up something that made me.
And then they look at the funeral home or the funeral guy like
it's your fault.
Ay, hicieron muy mal trabajo. No,
no, he looked like that, yeah.
El cáncer, pesa 100 libras menos, Think about it. Or, he got tubes in his mouth and tape right here, and they took the tape now, and now his skin came off. I'm making your stomach turn up.
Nah, it's making me think. But, you said something right now that caught my attention, boo. What's the craziest color you've seen on a body?
Oh, man. I seen it all, man. I mean, I seen people turn into a basketball from the face. Like, just big old circle. What is it? Sepsis. Just retention of water. Just, you ever seen a boxer after like 12 rounds?
Like that.
You seen the eyes you just see like a line, just a line. Things like that. But you're talking about color. I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm not light skin. I'm not too light. I'm not too dark. But if you're güero, like light skin, you're delicate. And that person's gonna turn. Some people turn black, and you gotta get them back. Get them back to, just really, really dark,
One of my friends was telling me that, and I didn't know how to, I don't want to say that he was lying. I didn't know how to take it because I couldn't understand it. He's a cop. And he said he walked into a place, he didn't know how many days had it been that he was dead. And he's like, bro, I think he was Hispanic. But he was like black.
Yeah.
I was like, and I'm trying to think like, what causes that? Like, that's crazy, right? Like decompose. The gases, the air. So depending on the death, your body will turn different colors.
Yeah, I mean, it all depends. The smell, the colors, the skin slip. Literally, what it means, skin slip. It's the skin slipping. Like you try to grab the hand and it just peels off. Just.
Oh.
Yeah, you just gotta be super careful picking up those bodies. Yeah, just gotta.
So this is a different type of. Yeah. It's not just a dead body.
Yeah, I mean,
everything has.
Everybody's different. Like I said, if you die at home from a heart attack, and that's it. I mean, you're good, man. You sleep.
So you gonna stay.
That's it. You're good. Just put him a smile, and that's it, man. Put him his Chalino tuxedo, right?
Man, that's crazy, dog.
Put him his gear, but get them together, But there's some people that do change, and now keep in mind, some people go to the coroner's office,
right?
And they want an autopsy. An autopsy, man, it's a whole different ballpark. They cut you open from the chest and from the back of your head, and they take your brain out. So we got to put everything back. They don't do it over there.
You do.
We do it here. We have embalmers. There are licensed embalmers, and they come in and they sew you back up. And I mean, I've seen it. I'm not an embalmer, but I see it all the time, and I'm amazed how different. You get something from the corners, and then you're finished, and it's like intact.
Are there any words you want to give to not just young people, but even adults that still have that mentality? Still don't got no drive. They still in the hood. You know
what? I'm gonna tell you like this. There's a lot of opportunities out there, and if you can't find one, make one. How about that? Make your own. How about that?
It's a no.
Si nadie te la quiere dar la oportunidad, make your own opportunity. Make your own. Man, you know what? There's money out there to be made. There's people to be helped. And if you want to make money, there's ways to make money legit.
Legit, right.
I mean, everybody, knows somebody that does this and that. But it's not for everybody, man. It's not for everybody.
That's short term, yeah.
It's not for everybody. Easy comes, easy goes.
Easy goes.
Easy comes, easy goes. You spend it like that, and ya se te acabó. And then you keep saying, I'm gonna go get it again, and ya no hay. So just do it right, do it right. School is good, right? It's good. I mean, I went to college, yes, but I didn't do nothing with my career. But it kept me out of trouble, and it gave me a different point of views of life, because where I went to school was different nationalities. See, growing up in South Central, it was black. It was black and brown, but over there it was black, brown, Asian, white, and then it was all different kinds of Asians. It was Cambodian, Japanese, Korean,
Samoans.
And then we had white folks that were Jewish, Irish. So we have a little bit of everything in college.
And then obviously those type of people interact in a different way that's not just violence, right? And you think like, oh shit, hold on. If I say this around these fools, they trip. I say this around them and they think it's funny. Yeah. So that's true. Like you gotta get out just
get out of your comfort zone, bro. Get out of your comfort zone.
Try new shit.
Like if you never left the city, just take a drive. California, such a beautiful place. We have
even LA is big. Just take
we got different. Like I said, I like history. I like different cultures. I'm a culture guy,
right?
Because I deal with different cultures right here. So we have Koreatown, we have Chinatown. We have what is it? El Mercadito, right? For the Mexicans over there. So we have a little bit of everything. So I would say enjoy it. Go check out different places, get a different vibe, get a different feel. Go to Orange County. Go to Irvine. It's a nice city. Go different places. Just get out. See different things. Because I never did get out, man. My thing was school, home, hit the park. Back to the house, back to the park, back to school, walk through the alleys, go to the liquor store, back to the alleys. Just that's it. That was my childhood, man. Now I see that. I mean, in the neighborhood, we never had a Red Lobster or Black Angus, right? All we had was liquor stores.
That's
bro.
crazy to me, fool.
La comida china, right? That's it, bro.
When that shit started coming out, I used to think that was fancy.
What was fancy?
Red Lobster.
Oh yeah. Let me tell you a quick story, real big. So when I was young, you start dating, right? And I went out on a date to Red Lobster.
And you think,
and I was scared. I was scared.
How people were dressed or what?
No. Because it was out of my soul.
Right.
I never been to Red Lobster. I was like 17.
You don't know what to expect, yeah.
So I took about $700.
Like, it's gonna be expensive.
I mean, people are gonna laugh. Yeah. But if you know where I come from, you're gonna be like, damn.
I know that feeling.
I get this guy. If you don't get me, you don't know, man. But I took a bunch of money, and let me just tell you that I didn't get a good service because I was young. I was 17 years old. I'm eating at Red Lobster, over here in Lakewood. And I went to Lakewood, and we caught the buzz because I didn't have a car, and we get there, we eat, and the bill came, and we took care of it, right? But before the bill came, I got bad service, I got bad service, and being young, you're young and dumb, I talked to the waiter, I stood up, because I always stood up for myself. I always been a leader also, just to let you know, growing up, you had the eras, right? You got gangs, you got tagging crews, you got all that. I always been the leader of whatever I did. And the thing was, I stand up to myself. I stand up to anybody, and I told the waiter, I'm saying, hey man, come here. What's up with my service? You give me bad service, bro. He's like, no. The food came out late. The soup is cold. Like, what's up, man? Like I got here first, and the people behind me got here second.
Yeah,
and they got their stuff already, bro. What's up? And then he's just like, oh no, like just so you know. And I'm like, I said, what color's my money? And I pull out my stack, right? And he's like, oh, it's green. And I'm like, yeah. And what color's their money? Green. Exactly. So what's the difference, bro? I'm gonna tell you what's the difference. And he's like, what? I was gonna give you a big ass tip. Now you ain't gonna get shit. But I'm just saying, I mean, I don't know. It's different. I'm gonna tell you right now, everything changed.
Everything changed, fool.
Everything changed. Everybody's a millionaire now.
I feel like these.
You notice that? Like right now, there's no millionaires. You gotta be a billionaire now.
Right.
Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Now you got trillionaires. You know, you have a...
Oh, millionaire was old.
That's it. Like, he's rich.
Crazy.
Yeah, he's rich. You remember when nobody had Mercedes?
Nobody
had Mercedes.
We can't get that car. We can't get that car.
Everybody had Toyotas, Corollas.
That's it.
That's it. But now everybody has. Little high school kids have Mercedes.
And I be true.
You know, they don't got the AMGs, but they got Mercedes.
They got all the new iPhones. I'm like, in high school I didn't have no phone.
But I'm just saying, the times have changed, and what I'm trying to get at, Raza, we on top. We on top. Think about it, because we like to work. So if you work, what you gonna make? Money.
Fool.
And we making a whole lot of money because we're working. I'm not doing a 8 to 5. I do an 8 to 8 entrepreneur.
Yeah.
We grinding. I'm working 24/7. I answer my phone 24 hours a day. If I turn on my phone, I might not make that money.
Yeah.
But you know what? Family's priceless.
Yeah, it is.
You know, I ain't gonna lie. I turn on my phone maybe 2 hours when I go to church and when I sit down to eat dinner. That's it. So if I didn't answer your phone call, I was at church.
Personal, yeah.
I was at church. I was eating dinner with my boy and my wife.
Yeah, that's what I always say too, fool. When I finish cutting hair and I go home, it's my wife's time. Because like I said, like I work.
Hey,
I work so hard.
Happy wife, happy life, bro.
So I work so hard that when I get home, I got to dedicate that time, you know? Like, that's the only way.
But see, she knows you're working. She knows that you're a responsible man. And she likes that because the bills are getting paid. And you're doing it for both of you. It's a team. Teamwork.
Teamwork.
That's it. That's how marriages work. Teamwork.
Yeah.
You know, it ain't mine. It's ours.
Yeah, but it's funny, dog. Where we grew up at, I even thought.
So how you heard about me? You know, because you call me out. I mean, how you got my number? You know, I'm like, wow.
So I'm talking to my clients, right? I get all kinds of clients, and one day, clients ask me, "Hey, bro, what do you do?" So I'm always the same. Bro, I make music. If you want to listen to it, if you don't like it, that's dope. But at least you listen to it. I have a podcast. What is your podcast about? Bro, to be honest, I just want to interview dope people. Like, everybody has a dope story, right?
Right.
But nobody gives them a shot because they're not famous.
Right.
I'm that person that wants to hear that dope story. And he's like, okay, so what have you tried to do? So far, my main goal, interview, like, let's say, for example, barbers, because they're, in a way, entrepreneurs. They're trying to make it, right? Tattoo artists. Check the people down the block. They own that building, but we rather give credit to fucking Ronaldo for kicking the ball than to this guy that made it out the hood and created his own business, and we don't give that guy credit.
True.
Have you heard of Paramount Mortuary? I was like, I know the place, but I don't know of it, right? And he's just like, call that guy. Call him.
What?
And I'm like, all right. And when he left, I called you.
Right. I was at a funeral when you called me.
And that's when I was like, hey, bro. Because I didn't know how to ask you, right? Because a mortuary, I'm like, oh shit, how do I even? But I'm like, nah, bro, I gotta do it. Like, I gotta give this guy props. And he's what's up. So that's when I hit you, hey, bro, I run the podcast. Would you be down and shit? Because I want to give you your credit right now, right? Because once
in life,
like, because once you die, again, like, oh, I wanted to give him props. Nah, fool, I want to give you props right now. If nobody has, I want to be the guy. And look, I find out that you do good shit for the community, right?
Days,
you just kick game. And ever since I called you, you've been good to me, fool. Like, we clicked, right? So, like, that's what I've been trying to do. Like, so that's my field, fool. I want to interview dope people like you. Like I said, a lot of people have dope stories, fool, that came from nothing, and nobody gives them credit. Yeah. They just look at him as oh, yeah, he has a small business. Like, what do you mean, bro? What do you have to say that about him, right?
Yeah.
So that's me, fool. I want to give people their credit while they're alive. So
yeah, I mean, you know, I want to say thank you for doing this podcast. Last time I talked to one of the guys, he was telling me that he goes, you don't understand how many people you feed. And I said, what do you mean? I said, we only have, a couple employees here. He said, nah, man, you feed a lot of people. And then I started thinking, I'm saying, what do you mean? He goes, you feed the driver that delivered the casket, the guy that built the casket, the guy that the guys that drive the motorcycles, the motorcycle escorts.
Yeah.
You feed the guys that drive the motorcycle escorts, the security guards, the chemical company, the delivery guy that delivers the chemicals, the guy that brings the flowers, the lady that makes the flowers. So it's like a big old...
It's a big old chain,
It's a big old chain. And I'm like, wow.
You never thought about it.
I never thought about it like that. And it's true because I'm paying bills and checks here and there. And I'm like, wow, we are dealing with a lot of people, man. You know, even the church.
Even
the church, they charge for the funeral, so the church feeds the poor.
Man, that's dope.
So think about it. The money goes all around, man. But, you know, we've been blessed. You know, we come from nothing. We made something. Like I said, if I die tonight, if I die tomorrow, I'm happy. Because I did it.
Because you did a lot of good.
You know what makes me scared of death? Leaving family behind.
Yeah.
That's what. Because if I died, I don't care. I don't give a damn. I know I did good, and I'm going to that better place, right? But what I'm scared of is my little boy looking for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what the hell I'm scared of. I'm scared for my wife missing me, my mom missing me. You know, your people missing you. Because they're going to cry. You're going to be gone. They're going to cry. You know what I'm saying?
Sadness
and you know what?
Behind, yeah.
And you know what? Growing up in the neighborhood, you know how we grew up. We tough. We tough. We hood. You know, I got all this. And I mean, I know so many gangs, you know, that I've been dealing with. You name it. I mean, hundreds of gangs. And we gangsta. You know, they say we gangsta. You know, I'm down for my shit. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, you don't give a fuck. You gangster. You got tattoos in your face, and you out there with a gun in your waist. You don't give a fuck. I know you don't. But guess what? You get fucking killed. You're gonna have your mom, your grandma, your fucking dad, your tios. All of them are gonna be fucking crying. You don't give a fuck. You're gangster, but they're not. See, you forget that you have people, good people behind you, and that's deep. I'm gangster. I don't give a fuck. I could die today. But then what I'm scared of is leaving the people missing you.
Because they're the ones that get hurt, not you.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. So that's the truth right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you already did a lot. You know, I got this, I did that, I bought a house here, I bought a house there. I did this, I did that, I have 10, 15 cars, I don't give a fuck. I did a lot, I got a lot, I don't give a fuck. Ya terminé. Okay, but the people didn't even finish with you.
Right.
You know, your wife still want to give you another kiss. Your kid wants another hug from you.
Right.
¿Sí me entiendes?
I want that fool to play with me a little bit more, yeah.
Sí.
It's crazy.
Ahí es donde está donde, eso es lo que me da miedo. Dejar la gente llorando.
Yeah.
You know? That's what I'm afraid of.
Damn,
because death it's all good. It's just deep sleep.
Deep sleep. And it's promised.
Yeah.
Since you're a kid, they tell you, you're only going to live this long. But we might.
From
where we come from, it might be shorter.
Pues mira cómo está la tumba. You know how they say, this is like mortuary talk, right? Or pastor talk, or whatever they are. They go, let's just make up a name. Jose Ramirez, which there's a lot. Sorry, Jose Ramirez. That might be your uncle, fool. Pero ahí te va, Jose Ramirez, and then 1979. Y luego sale una línea to 2022.
Right.
And they say it about that line. That's what your life. That line. That line is what you did in your whole life. That line means a whole lot of enchiladas, man. You know?
You just don't, the person reading it don't know,
Yeah, like the line is...
But that's something you did.
The numbers are something, but the line is everything. La línea es todo.
You may not know how to read it, but it means something.
That line is like, you know, you went to school, you got married, you have 5 kids... That line, you worked at fucking Costco, you work at Chick-fil-A, you work at fucking, I don't know, washing cars. I don't know what the hell. You know, you were a fucking pilot, whatever. But that's what you're going to be known for, that whole little line. Esa es la línea. La línea es la que dice quién eras. But yeah, man, it was a pleasure meeting you, Chef.
Yeah, hey, fool, I want to thank you again.
We're going to get this video up and loaded, you know, make sure.
I want to thank you, like, for giving me the opportunity to fucking interview and for all the knowledge that you kick. Like I said, a lot of people hood niggas don't know about shit like this.
Yeah,
you know?
They do. They just don't want to talk about it.
Right.
Give them their credit, man. Everybody, you know.
I appreciate you, and you made it on the day that the Rams won, right? Last few minutes, right?
The Rams won. I mean, I knew they were going to win. I mean, I'm not a big-time Ram fan. I have my Ram gear.
Okay.
But I like talking shit to my cousin.
Okay.
But, come on. What is it? The Super Bowl is going to be here in about 2 weeks.
Dr. Dre's going to play.
Come on. We're going to keep it West Coast. So they have to win.
Yeah.
They have to.
And it's back home, so.
That's it. I mean, this is like, it's meant to be. After the Rams win the Super Bowl, ya no va a haber COVID. Watch.
Se acabó.
That's all.
Yeah, it was.
That's it. they couldn't fix it.
Well, hey, man, I want to appreciate you. Thanks a lot again. Have a good weekend, man.
All right.